I'm Ashley Watts, and I will be the first to say I'm sorry. I have not even showered today. We didn't have church, and this is what you get when you don't. So I'm sorry I haven't even gotten that far today. We've had a lazy kind of day. But, yeah, I'm definitely a hot mess. Anyways, I wanted to take some time and introduce myself so you know who I am. I'm Ashley. I have been coaching for just over 3 years now. And that's Amy right there. One sec. Let me tell her I'm on since she's yours too. Sorry. Anyways, so I've been coaching for 3 years, just over 3 years, and this was the last thing I'd ever thought I would do. People ask me all the time, like, well, how this even happened, and it's really, I don't want to say a blur, but I was a first grade teacher. This is like the farthest thing from my mind, and the reason why I do it is I want other girls just like me to know what is totally possible. I started my health and fitness journey just like you in a group very similar to this, it was about 3.5 years ago. And it totally changed my entire life. Before this, I was the professional yo-yo dieter. I had tried everything and failed. So I was super nervous to even dive into something new. I was very, very hesitant. I was super nervous, and I decided to go for it, and it was literally life-changing. I was at a point in my life where I was at my heaviest. I was over 200 pounds, very depressed. I had gone through 7 miscarriages, and so at that point I was very depressed. I was a very emotional eater. I still am an emotional eater, but I've learned how to cope over the last couple years, so I don't do it as much. And every once in a while I allow myself to have a cheat meal, but I don't run to the cupboard every time that I'm feeling emotional anymore. And so I want you guys to know and to understand kind of how this group works and to calm all fears you have, because I know I had so many fears before I did this. I was very apprehensive because, like I said, I was a professional yo-yo dieter. I had succeeded at some diets because they were just that. They were diets, and they weren't sustainable. And I became hangry, and I became the Hulk little mother because I was starving myself, I was under eating, or I was really overeating and taking drops, or I was doing some crazy no carb things. And so I had no energy. I craved them. And so in those 60 days, and this is what I want you to understand, is you are going to see some amazing things in the next 60 days. There's going to be days that you're not going to be perfect, and that's okay because that's life. But when those days happen, do not say, I screwed up, I'm going to just go out to eat now, I'm going to have the dessert too. Start with the next meal. Let's say you messed up and you ate not just the one cookie that they brought into the office, but you had the whole dozen. Been there, done that. You've done that. Instead of saying, well, I'm going to go out and swing by the drive-thru on the way home because I blew my whole day, start with the next meal. This is a lifestyle. Just like in life, you fail, you're going to fail at these things too, but you're going to pick yourself back up. And that's what makes this a lifestyle. This is what separates it from a diet. You're going to learn that carbohydrates are good for you. You're going to understand that they fuel your body with energy, but you're going to understand and learn what kind of carbohydrates you need and why there's a difference. Because for me, I knew they're good and bad, but what that even meant was beyond me. And so, and I want you to realize this isn't going to happen overnight. You're not going to all of a sudden wake up tomorrow because day one starts tomorrow and understand nutrition, 101. This is Nutrition 101, and we're going to, teach you those little things that you need to know. And that's why we have a group. It's here for your support, for motivation, for accountability. And the more active you are, I guarantee you the better results you're going to see. As you are rising to the occasion and you're inspiring other people because you didn't want to work out and you saw someone else work out selfie, you just did it. And there's so many times, even as a coach, people think I get up pumped every morning to work out. And that's the farthest from the truth. I don't get pumped to change my son's diaper. I don't get pumped every day to get up and make breakfast and dinner and clean my house and scrub toilets and do laundry. But it's my lifestyle. And that's what it is. And there's going to be days that you don't want to work out and you just do it because it is your way of life. There's going to be some days that you're like, oh, I don't want to work out, but I know I need it. I'm so excited that I get to do this particular workout. And there's going to be days that you are literally just excited. You're feeling good. You have energy. And the first 2 weeks are going to be the hardest. Your body's adjusting. You may not feel that extra high after you work out. You might immediately, but you might feel, that lack of energy depending on what your fitness level was prior. But as you stay consistent, as you tweak your diet a little bit, as you make small little changes, you're going to see a big, big difference. We're not going to guarantee you 30 pounds in 2 weeks because that's a diet. What we are going to guarantee you is results that are going to last as you continue this healthy lifestyle. And so I had fears, I had doubts, but I want you guys to see what's capable in 60 days. During my 60-day challenge, when I was a brand new person, I did Turbo Jam. It was before they even came out with Beachbody On Demand or anything like that. So I chose Turbo Jam as my workout. One of the very first Beachbody programs ever created. And I lost 20 inches in those 60 days. But what I want you to know is I lost 13 pounds. And people would look at me and say, 13 pounds, really? That's all you lost? But when you see my result, like I was to post my transformation pictures and say, guess the pounds, people will tell you 30, 40 pounds during that 6 days. Why? And this is what I want you to understand. You're gaining muscle. You're going to be losing weight. You're not just, shedding the weight. You're gaining muscle, which provides your metabolism to increase. And so you're going to burn more calories at rest. And what takes up more space, okay? And so you got to realize tracking your inches is so important during this process because you may not see the huge difference on the scale tomorrow. You may, depending on what your weight loss is. If you have more to lose, you're going to see those results a little bit quicker than others. But you just have to understand that the number is that. It's a number on the scale. But you're going to be tracking your inches as well. And muscle weighs more than fat. I mean, your metabolic rate's going to increase. And, that's all part of the process. And so I want tonight to calm your fears for you to realize how this all works, how, we're going to do this, and chime in if you have any questions or anything like that tonight. And I hope that this just really calms your fears and lets you dive right into the challenge group. So every day you're going to see a pinned post, which just means it's the very top post. And every once in a while I forget to pin it, so you might have to scroll a little bit, but it'll say like day one and it'll say Monday at the top or Tuesday at the top or Wednesday. So you'll know what day it is. Each day is going to be a different theme. Monday is Make It Happen Monday. Tuesday, and I'm not looking at papers and my brain's going. I'm forgetting Tuesday right now. But each day is going to have, we're going to have Thursday, we're going to have Fun Fact Friday. And so you're going to have a daily challenge for you to complete during the day. Sometimes they're health and fitness related. Sometimes they're just fun. Like Fun Fact Friday helps us to really get to know one another in the group. Sometimes Wednesday is Fitness Challenge Wednesday. It's Work It Wednesday is what it's called. And so we'll have an extra fitness challenge for the day. And it's not going to be something where you got to go and get weights or anything for. But it may be that day that every time you go to the bathroom, you're going to do 10 extra squats that day. And just little things like that to really incorporate into your lifestyle. And so every day you'll see that pinned post. And every day you're gonna log your workout and you're going to log your Shakeology. And you'll see everyone do it. One of the hardest things for me was taking a selfie at the very beginning of this process. And what I learned by taking those selfies is I started loving my inside, flaws and all. There's no way I'd get on a call when I first started looking like this with the camera on my face. Not showered, like hair from yesterday, makeup running down from yesterday still. But I became a person that I started loving from the inside out. And so I want you guys to be challenged to take a selfie and be in the picture. And because this whole transformation comes from the inside out. Because you can lose 20, 30, 50, 100 plus pounds, but if you don't feel that from the inside out, if you can still look in the mirror and say, oh, I have this and this and this, and you're not loving the person, what good is that 100-pound weight loss? And that's eventually going to come back because you're not happy from the inside out. And that's what we want, is this whole encompassing health. We don't just want the physical transformation. We want you to be mentally and socially healthy, emotionally healthy, and that comes through that process. So that's kind of how it works. There'll be a recipe posted at night, a healthy recipe with the portion control layout with you. So that'll be posted like at night. There are more than one coach in here. Amy's in here. She has some coaches in here. I know Cassandra has some coaches in the group. So mine will always be like the morning post, but after a couple weeks, you're going to start seeing recipes posted by different coaches in the group. And at the end, you might even see other coaches posting like the pin posts or like the daily challenge, because at that point, you kind of know what we're doing. So, you can expect, okay, you know what the image is going to look like, those things, so it doesn't like throw you off when another coach posts it. With that said, the cool thing about having more than one coach is there are several of us to answer your questions. And so be active in the challenge group. If you're like, can I have a spinach tortilla? Or what does this count as? Or, do I need to eat breakfast? Is it really that critical? Or those kind of things, post it so that we can all help you. If you're saying, I don't want to work out, someone give me motivation. Post it so that we can help you, because this is what the group is for. And so, with that said, if you have questions, like I said, unmute, just chat away. I am going to share my screen with you, and this is recording. So if you can't see it right now, you can go back and look at it. You guys should all be in my free community or my free page. And I want to kind of show you where everything's located, because I know Facebook had some changes and it's harder to find things. So in the photos, and the reason why I created this group is unless you have a phone that can print, you can't print. Like I don't have a printer that's capable with my phone. So I have it all here so that you can go in and print.
Cool.
And so, yeah. So let me do this real fast. Okay, so here we are. Now, how do I get rid of this screen? There we go. So in the Photos tab in this page, and this page is called Drive Your Life Project with Ashley's Tribe homepage. And I need to shorten that. I just realized that is super long. So I might just call it Drive Your Life with that project with Ashley's Tribe. But if you go into the photos, click on albums. You're going to see there's more than one page. So don't forget that there's a second page, and I will add more. And sorry, Amy, realized my chat box is open with you there. So what you can do is if you can go through and there's some transformation pictures, and I'm just super bad about adding, I need to add some more in there from real challengers, who have done my challenge group. There's only 4, but I have had way more. I just forget to post them in there. But let's say you're okay, I can't think of any healthy snacks. What you can do is you can go into the healthy snacks photo album, and you're going to click on it. And this is where it gets a little confusing because Facebook changed things. You're going to click on this album again. And once you do it, you're going to see in the description different things. So this is a document. This blue link is a document of 55 snacks under 150 calories. 5 simple no-cook snacks to make. So you can go through and you can click these docs, and open things up that way to be able to do that. And you can do that with anything. There is, let me go back here so you guys can see photos. But like if you are still trying to understand the portion control containers, there's videos here that you can watch. There is my personal meal plan. So like there's tons of meal plans with recipes, like week-long meal plans with recipes and everything that you can pull open when you're trying to meal plan there. The recipes that I post in the group, if you want to have the recipe, it's in there. Sometimes it's not, because I'll switch it up. Like right now there's some like soups, and as I get into summer, I'm not going to post a lot of soup recipes because people just aren't making them in 100-degree weather. So then, then I forget to add them. But I try and stay on top of it. So if there's a recipe you post and it's not, you can't find in there, just message me and I'll make sure I get it added. Shakeology recipes, this is always a popular one. If you're kind of getting sick of the same recipe day after day, you can click into the Shakeology recipes, and there's like tons. There's vanilla, there's chocolate. Sometimes you have to hit the see more button to like obviously see more, but it's kind of blue, and so it's hard to sometimes see it. But there's different flavors here. You can like click into it, like here's vanilla. You can click into here. These are kind of the most popular, and they're separated by like basic, they have 3 ingredients or less. Then it goes down into even more recipes. So this is 4 ingredients, and then 5+ ingredients. And sometimes I even have like bowls or desserts if you want to make like a dessert with Shakeology, like lemon bars, raspberry cheesecake, those kind of things you can make with Shakeology is there as well. So that is there for you. And then the last thing I want to talk about, if I'm confusing anyone, just like I said, unmute yourself. So the next thing I want to talk to you is the point system. Now, some people are competitive, me. Like I could win a roll of toilet paper at the end of this, and I would like show up every single day because that's my personality. Some people, this overwhelms. And if you're someone this overwhelms, don't worry about the point system. What I do is I do weekly prizes for the top challenger of the week. And so if you go into the files tab, there's only 2 things in the files tab. How to deal with emotional eating, because that's me. I have a lot of challengers that are emotional eaters. That's available in the files tab. And then the challenge group point tracker is sitting in there. This is optional, but if you want to participate in the weekly prizes, super easy to track, but like I said, some people are this overwhelmed, and that's okay. If you're not this personality type, don't stress about it. Sorry, guys. So, how to earn points. One is
it's a group chat right now.
Personal development is one of them. So, there is a link right here for the compound effect. I would highly recommend that. The reason why I start doing personal development is, like I said, we want this transformation to come from the inside out. So if you're someone that struggles with self-esteem or self-worth and all that kind of stuff, I'd highly suggest a Brené Brown book. She's amazing. I used to think personal development was like for weirdos. I'm not even going to lie. Like totally thought it was like out of my realm of thinking. And I have become closer to my spouse, my kids, but I'm just a better mom, wife, and friend because of it, because it helps me work on my emotional health. And I have anxiety and I have like depression. So getting out and stepping out of comfort zones and reading or listening to audios about things that I can help cope with has made me just a better person. The reason why I have this link here for the compound effect, it's like $8 on Amazon too if you need the book. This changed the way I think, and just not just weight loss, but my life and how we budget now. But what it's about is how our small changes are going to live or lead to big things. So you tomorrow eating a donut isn't going to change the scale probably tomorrow. But you picking up a donut every day before you go to work for the next month might just add a pound or 2 on the scale. Not anything big, not anything drastic. But give it a year or, 6 months, give it a year, that scale is going to change. And it's the same way, the opposite. Change that that one thing, that donut you were picking up, into an omelet, or, those little things. The scale's not going to change tomorrow, but give it a week, give it a month, give it a year. And those small changes that you make end up making big results. And that's really what it's about. And so, and that's what this journey is about, is just small behaviors that we change to live this healthy lifestyle. So I highly recommend all my challengers read The Compound Effect. It has helped me, like, in our budget, in our finances. We started tracking everything. And if you read it, you'll understand more. But there's a penny analogy, and you'll see, I have this jewelry that I wear to remind me, because I love this book so much. But there's the penny analogy, which most of you have probably heard. But it's about how the one person can have $1 million, okay? They can have $1 million right now. Or you can have a penny that, like, duplicates its value every single day for the next 30 days. So today it's a penny. Tomorrow it's 2 cents. The next day it's 4 cents, then 8 cents, then 16 cents. And eventually the person who was patient, the person that made that progress, has way more money after those 30 days, but it's not until like day 23. They had to be patient. But you know what? That person who was patient and waited, they are more likely to keep the money, to, structure it out so they don't lose it all. Where the person who is given $1 million tomorrow is more likely to spend it, and it's gone so much quicker. And it's the same thing with our weight loss. I've been there. I've been that professional yo-yo dieter, and I saw the gratifying results real fast. But what happened when it wasn't sustainable? I blew up again, and a little bit more. And all of a sudden I was over 200 pounds because of it. And so it's just these small behaviors that we do every single day that are going to lead to these huge results. So by small and simple things are great things brought to pass. And so that is one way that you can earn a point. The rest of them, there's bonus points, which don't count until the very end of the challenge. They won't count towards your weekly. And that's just to make sure you have preseason done in the app. So make sure all your preseason days are done. Your before pictures are taken. Your 30-day pictures are taken when we finish 30 days. And then your biggest success, just sharing that at the very end. That reminds me, in the app, it gives you the option to track your weight and your measurements every day. They do it because everyone has a different weigh-in day once a week. I know this is going to be so hard for so many of us because we are addicted to the scale, especially as women. Once a week, I want you to stand on that scale. So if it's Sunday, if it's Monday, whatever day you choose, one day a week to track your inches and step on the scale. And make sure you do it first thing in the morning. And if you don't do your first one, whatever time of day you did that first one, continue to do it. Because really, realistically, you can gain up to 5 pounds, or not up to, somewhere more, but an average of 5 pounds a day by the end of the day. And so, you might say, oh, I didn't lose anything, but by morning, you've lost 7 pounds because, by the end of the day, you maybe had more salt that day, whatever it was. So realize that. The other ways to earn points is just doing the morning challenge that I post every day, so that pin post, and then logging your workout and your Shakeology. And so it's really that simple. You do the morning challenge, your personal development. If you work out and do your Shakeology, you get a point. You get up to 27 points a week, because one day a week you have to take a rest for your workout. It just doesn't count. Or maybe yours is like a very low-key workout. And so you can earn up to 6 points a week for working out, 7 for Shakeology. So up to 27 points is what you can earn a week. And then you'll submit them. Every Sunday is success. No, it's not. It's Scored Up Sunday. And so you'll share your biggest accomplishment on Sunday, and kind of it could be scale victory, it could be non-scale victory, and you'll turn in your points, and then I'll send off your prize in the upcoming week. Sometimes it's 2 weeks because life happens, but you will get your prize in the mail. And then at the end of 30 days, so you can see like right through here, at 30 days, there is 5 weeks on here, and it just depends on the start date of Monday, if it's how far we are into the month, if it's 4 or 5 weeks. But at the day 30 mark, that week we'll have like a graduation call. like this where we'll go on and we'll celebrate and we'll talk about our biggest successes and get rejuvenated for the next 30 days. And so we'll add this up. I'll send a grand prize for the person who has the highest amount altogether for that. And then we will go right into the next 30 days. And so you'll print this out again for the next 30 days. And then if you want to continue into another group after 60 days, you can, continue on into another group. Totally up to you. Some people love this because it's the accountability, and some people are like, okay, I think I've graduated, and some end up running their own groups just like this. And so super easy way to track and everything like that. It's not meant to overwhelm you and be one more thing. It's just, if you do these things, honestly, these are like your route. This and water, and Thursdays we do the water to make sure that you're continually drinking your water. But if you do these things, it's going to happen for you. You're going to see those results. So, so that's how the point system works. Don't let it overwhelm you. And does anyone have questions about this before I give you my favorite meal prep tips for the group? Okay. Like I said, just unmute yourself if you do. Or you can put in the chat box if you don't want to unmute. I just want to kind of go over my favorite ways to meal prep. One is I am a total crock pot person. My family always makes fun of me, but I cook everything in the crock pot because it just simplifies my life. My favorite thing to do is I cook chicken in the crock pot with low sodium chicken broth, and I use Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning. So what I'll do, maybe on Monday, I throw in chicken breasts for our family to last maybe 3 meals. And I'm not going to eat the same 3 meals. What I do is I will take that chicken, and maybe one night we have Hawaiian haystacks. Maybe Tuesday night I put some barbecue sauce with it, and we have a barbecue chicken pizza on pita bread. Or and then Wednesday, maybe we have, maybe I should have said Taco Tuesday, but maybe Wednesday we have tacos with that, right? And so I could take that chicken, throw it in a frying pan, and mix it with some taco seasoning to make tacos that night. And so that's how I cook my chicken a lot of times. And then ground turkey, what I do in the crock pot is you can put ground turkey in with a 1/4 cup of water for every pound of meat. And so that's how I cook it. Again, I use Mrs. Dash because she is sodium free. So I use her spices, and I do the same thing. So maybe I will make sloppy Joe casserole over zucchini noodles on Wednesday. Let's say Thursday, I'm going to put it in. And my mind is so blank right now. I don't know why I can't even think. But there's several ground turkey, obviously. I can make a tostada with it, on a tostada with some lettuce and stuff like that. Taco salad. I can make zucchini with or spaghetti with zucchini noodles and stuff like that. So different ways to do that. The other thing that I love to do, and this is by no means a requirement, but I'm going to share my screen and go to Amazon for you. You'll find, here's a little fun fact for not Friday, but I am an Amazon-aholic. I have the Prime membership, and that's probably not the smartest thing I ever invested in because it's the only way I shop these days. But I want to show you these containers because they have made, especially if your spouse is joining in and they're a spouse who likes to eat out a lot because it's quick and easy. What I suggest, I think if you just type in food prep container, there's tons and tons of them. The only thing I cared about personally was that they could go in the dishwasher because I don't do dishes by hand. I have too much to do. So these are my favorite. And they come this is a 20 pack for $17. This is a 16 pack for $13. But I love that they're portioned out. So if you are prepping, you could dump, you could take the portion controls, put your fruit in for 3 days. You could pull 3 of these out, and there's a compartment for your fruit. So you can do that. Let's say you make salmon or you make chicken, you grill chicken, and, you can portion everything out, so you're ready to go for 3 days. And so I don't prep more than a week because I just don't like the flavor after that long, nor do I have time to prep more than 2 or 3 days. And so what makes these nice is they stack nice in the fridge. and your husband can just pull it out and there's no excuse, right? You've already have everything prepped for him. He's ready to go. So this is a great way. You can put like your lettuce down here for like 3 days, and maybe your, the chicken that you cooked, maybe you have maybe you have like barbecue chicken for like lunch that day, or maybe you're going to throw it in a wrap. So you put your chicken there and then, pack it with a tortilla or pita, whatever it is. But I love these containers for that purpose. I'm not a representative of anything here, but I do love these containers. So I wanted you guys to be aware of that. And there was something else I was just on my mind that I was going to share with you, and now my mind went blank again. But dang it. That's one of my meal prep tips. Does anyone have questions while you think? Oh, I remember. So the other thing I do, because sometimes lunch and dinner tend to be people's hardest meals of the day to prep for. So what I do is whatever dinner I'm having, I use that for leftovers for lunch, but I don't necessarily eat the same thing. What I would do is I would, like, let's say we're going to have barbecue chicken pizza on a pita bread for dinner tonight. I would take that barbecue chicken and I would throw it in a wrap tomorrow, or I might have it on top of a salad tomorrow. And so instead of having to like rethink and overthink the meal prepping, I usually take dinner's meat and throw it into my lunch the next day. And usually it's in a wrap over on a pita bread or over like salad, like spinach and green leaf lettuce, and then add my vegetables. So that's kind of to like simplify things. I take that meat that I usually have prepared, because that's usually where we eat, like our protein obviously is usually at our dinner time. That's what my kids, get it into. And that's what I do for like the lunch time. And so that kind of helps when I prep. I usually get my dinners prepped. When I create my meal prep, I usually prep all my dinners. Then I take my dinner, throw it into my lunch the following day. And then I can like, my Shakeology is always my breakfast. Then I can prepare my snacks and stuff for the day. So that kind of helps me personally with my meal prep. But that's really all I have for you guys. I'm super excited for you guys. I'm super excited to get to know you guys more. I know some of you guys aren't, like, I'm not your coach, but we do this together. And, Amy's become, I've never even met Amy in real life, but she's become one of my like really, really, really good friends. And, it's just fun to be able to interact with everyone. So add one another on Facebook. If you find someone you just connect with, like, add them, because you'll be like, some of your best friends will come out of this group if you allow it to. So any questions?
I have a quick question. This is Marianne. So I have all the containers and I've been looking at the meal planning things. How do you figure out, like, if you have a food that's not on like the food list, how do you figure out like what it's worth?
Most of the time, if you just Google, let's say you want to know pickle, okay? A lot of times you just say, if you Google pickle on the 21-day fix, they'll say, okay, substitute it as this. They encourage pickles not to because of the salt content in it, but I happen to know that one because someone asked me that just like a couple days ago. But if you wanted to know like this particular food, a lot of times if you just type in like what would, I can't even think right now, but what would whatever be on the 21-day fix. There's every answer's right there. So you'll see, and sometimes it is like a guess, like some people might say, that has a little bit more, that doesn't have as much protein and it has way high carbs. So I would count that as a carbs. And so it kind of, and you'll see how that kind of adjusts. Does that help?
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Ashley?
Yeah.
This is Christine. I just wondered how we can rewatch this meeting, because I'm just on my phone listening since I'm out of town.
Yeah. When it's done, I'll put it on YouTube and I'll actually post it in the homepage group on Facebook.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the first little bit I had to send a text message, so you can probably fast forward the first like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Oh, great. Okay, great.
So, anything else?
Great, awesome.
Okay. Like I said, guys, any questions, like, please, like, don't ever feel like it's like stupid, guys. I started at square one. I come from a very, very like not healthy family. In fact, I actually come from a family where I had a mom and sister that had gastric bypass, and you know, we've had to learn this together as a family. And so realized that like I'm not perfect, and I have never been someone that has been this like super into like nutrition and everything. I'm normal in that aspect, right? Like to me, that's normal. Like I didn't know any of that. Some people do, and I love that they do because they add so much value. But you know, I've been in these shoes. You know, I've been that person who had no energy and lacked, you know, life almost. And now I'm like full of it because my body's being fed the way it's supposed to be fed. And because of that, and because of working out and turning this into a lifestyle, I've never felt better. And, you know, I have my days where I'm grumpy and tired and human, but, you know, for the most part, you know, allow the process to happen and trust in the process. And you're going to see the results and that come from it. So if there's no other questions, I can't wait for day one. Get some rest tonight. The other question I get a lot, does it matter what time of the day you work out? Nope. If it's night, sometimes it's better. Sometimes morning's better for others. Just find a time and be consistent is my big tip. You know, whatever it is, find what it is for you and make it work. Schedule it in, just like you'd schedule your kids' appointments in, because you are worth it. So, all right. Thanks for bearing with this no-showered mama today. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for hopping on.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
You're welcome.